ability to make everybody come together and be happy.
Right.
It's all us. We have to make it happen.
Right.
Right.
We're the producers.
And then part of that is we have to produce enough money to make it all happen.
Yeah. Yes.
We have to produce the finances.
Right.
To make it big enough, to make it fancy enough, to make it, all the gifts have to be what everybody wants. Everything has to be just right. The house has to be decorated. The lights have to be right. The trees have to be right.
The food,
everything about it.
Yes.
So as a man, we oftentimes, or at least I do, I don't know how to express my feelings. That F word, there are many 4-letter words, and feel is, one of them.
Yes.
For us men, especially.
Yes.
And that word becomes profanity in my mind. I don't want to feel vulnerable by expressing that I feel inadequate.
Right.
So then I keep it to myself, and I'll find myself frustrated or angry about anything that's not even related.
Right.
And I may lash out at my wife. I may lash out at my kids. I may lash out at my coworker. Who knows what it may be. But I feel that it is our responsibility to take deep stock of ourselves and be honest.
Yes.
About how we truly do feel, especially as men, because so oftentimes we're taught not to use that F word.
Right.
Not to believe in that F word.
Right.
But the feelings of inadequacy, especially at this time of year, are real. Those feelings are real. They're not made up. They're not a fantasy.
Right.
Even though the concept of it may not be in truth.
Yes.
The feelings are real.
Right.
And there's no shame in experiencing feelings and asking for help. Asking for someone just to be an ear to listen.
Yes.
There's no harm in that, is there?
Right. None at all.
As long as we're not doing it in an attacking way or blaming anyone else for how we feel.
Right. Which is when we try to get other people to overcompensate.
Exactly.
Not looking for that. I'm just looking for a listen.
So what would be a good way for, let's say that a man or a woman, but I mean, as a man myself, I'm going to relate to the gentleman out there. So y'all forgive me for a minute. Let's say a man, he goes to work every day. He comes home every day. And all on his mind, on his drive home, is all the things he wants to do for his family.
Yes.
And how he feels like he's not enough. He doesn't have enough. He can't make enough. Sure, he may have enough throughout the year to pay the bills, but here we come in on Christmas time, he's responsible to produce more.
Right. Right. That extraordinary.
He didn't get any more money.
No.
He just took on the extra responsibility to be the provider of gifts, food, and circumstances for the holidays.
Right.
That's a heavy burden.
It can be for these men.
For men or women.
Women, yeah.
But men typically just don't talk about their feels as much.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So what would be a good way for a man to coach himself into opening up a little bit about that?
Yes.
How could we do that?
I love the challenge, especially to our men who are listening.